What's going on, everybody? It's Stingray back here again with another comparison, but this time, as you can see, it is of the Nintendo DS family of systems. We have the original Nintendo DS all the way on the left, we have the Nintendo DS Lite, we have the Nintendo DSi, and we have the brand new Nintendo 3DS all the way on the right. So we're going to be comparing these systems in terms of height, length, width, as well as compare them, the entire user interface and designs of the system. But first, I'm going to show you guys a little bit about each system first. This is the original Nintendo DS. This is the first system that Nintendo basically launched for the Nintendo DS systems. This used to be the silver model, but I customized it into the red model. As you can see, the screws are exposed, but it gives it a little more of a retro look, which I like. It looks pretty awesome. And the one thing I like about this system is that it has GBA slot, and that is pretty much a seller for this system. It is really, really awesome, and that's why I like the GBA slot. Here we have the Nintendo DS Lite. This is the cobalt and the blue model, navy blue, on the top. This also has the GBA slot right here, as you can tell. This is one of the best design systems from Nintendo. This is basically the best redesign of the system, because as you can see, this was big and bulky compared to the Nintendo DS Lite, which was basically cut off the entire top lid of this system, and is basically only about this thin. So Nintendo redesigning the Nintendo DS from the original Nintendo DS was a huge deal. So here we'll get to the Nintendo DSi. As you can tell, the Nintendo DSi is different because it has a camera right here, and it has a camera on the interior right here on the hinge, which is really pretty impressive to have a camera on the hinge because it's pretty bendable. And it's got the mic right here as well, and it's got the charging icons are in different spaces than the other two systems that came before it. And this is the navy blue model, and as you can tell, the power button is also over here, whereas on the other systems the power button was in different locations as well. So let's get to the new Nintendo 3DS. This is the Nintendo 3DS Aqua Blue model, which, as you can tell, it's got the design. It's got the headphone jack right here on the bottom, and it's got the dual screen widescreen on the top, and it's got the touch screen on the bottom, 3D screen on the top, depth slider over here, circle pad, and D-pad over here. So these are the three systems right here, and it's got dual cameras on the outside as well. These are the systems from Nintendo. These are the DS models. This is every single one that's Nintendo's basically released. These are not launch colors except for this one. This one's a launch color. The launch color for this came in silver. Launch color for this, I believe, came in white and black. Actually, no, the launch color for this came in just white. The launch color for the Nintendo DSi, I believe, was just the aqua blue like this and black. I believe those are the only two colors for that for launch. And the colors for launch for this was this, the aqua blue, and the Cosmo black. So we'll do a little bit of measuring right now, and then I'll show you guys the difference in size of each device, just comparing them as well. So here we have about an inch and a quarter of thickness, which is pretty big for a system to put in your pocket as well. We'll go overall across, which will bring us to about 6 inches on here, and we'll go across here. We will see how much it is. It is about 3 1/4 right here. So that's a pretty big system, pretty bulky. You know, it's about an inch and a half thick. You know, as much as that does, I mean, an inch and a quarter thick. I mean, that's not really that much at all by any means, but you know, it's still huge to fit in your pocket and such. Now, when Nintendo designed the Nintendo DSi, as you can see, it is less than an inch thick, which makes it very portable, and that's what users wanted from the system, and Nintendo delivered with this. So here we have about maybe a little over 5 inches of length over here across the system, and on the bottom we are going to have, let's see, about almost 2 3/4 inches over here on the bottom of the system across. And that brings us to the redesign of the system. It's so much smaller than this, and you know, it's less bulky, and that, like I said, that's what users wanted from the system. So let's see the DSi compared to the DS Lite. It's probably not much thinner at all. You know, just a little bit thinner, as you can see. It's not much thinner at all, but it is still less, you know, less bulky and less, yeah, because it sacrificed the GBA slot as well, so you got to keep in mind with those points. And on, you can see it's less than an inch thick here as well. And on the side, we will see it is less than 3 inches, so it's a little bit wider than the Nintendo DS Lite. And we will go across, which brings us to about 5.5 inches. So, what was this one? This one was about 5. So the DSi is a little bit longer, as you can see when we put the put the systems on top of each other. You can see that the DSi sticks out a little bit more. That's because it is longer than the Nintendo DS Lite. So let's get to the brand new 3DS. Let's check out how long it is across. It is essentially about 5.5 inches across, and over here we have about 2.5 inches. You know, the system's not as bulky as it looks. I mean, it looks pretty bulky, but it's not bulky at all. So yeah, this here we have about 3 inches as well, not too much at all. And across we have less than an inch thick. So it's a lot smaller than the 1 1/4 inch of the original Nintendo DS. And you know, all these systems have been redesigned, have come after the original Nintendo DS, but the original Nintendo DS was what started all these other concepts. And the original Nintendo DS is about 1 1/4 inch thick, like I said, and it's much more thicker than all these, which are all under an inch thick, which are easy to fit in your pocket and such. So I just wanted to show you guys a little bit on the systems. You know, we'll flip them open. I'll show you guys how the buttons are redesigned. First, comparing these two. As you can see, the button layout is completely different right here. You know, for the start and select, at least, the start and select are over here, and the start and select are over here on the original Nintendo DS. And as you can tell, the screens are a lot brighter on here, as you can just see from it being off. The screens are a lot more yellowish on the original Nintendo DS, and the screens are more, you know, higher resolution, higher brightness settings than the original Nintendo DS. We'll just keep these open and we'll check them out. You know, the button layout on here, I believe, changed as well, because we have the power button now on the 3DS. We'll just zoom in just a tad bit. As you can see, the button layout on the DSi is over here, the power button. The power button is over here on the on the right side of the DS Lite. And the power button is over here on the original Nintendo DS, which became a nuisance after a while because of the fact that the system would, you know, you'd accidentally hit this power button while you're playing a game, and that would really, really suck. So here we have the Nintendo 3DS. We'll check it out right over here. The power button is over here. It's been relocated. Every single alteration of the system, the power button has been relocated. Personally, I'm not a fan of the power button being up here on top of the directional pad for the original Nintendo DS, but you know, it can go either way if you guys have preferences and such. So that's really about it for this comparison video, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and let me know what you think of each system. I mean, let me know in the comments down below, which design do you like the best? You know, do you like the original Nintendo DS? Do you like the Nintendo DS Lite? Do you like the Nintendo DSi? Or do you like the Nintendo 3DS the best? Let me know in the comment section down below, and let me know if you guys are planning on getting a 3DS, because it's a really awesome system. And yeah, that's really about it. And check out my review on the Nintendo 3DS, which I just did a couple days ago. And I also did unboxing of the Nintendo 3DS as well, because it just came out about 2 weeks ago. So go check that out if you want to. And check out my main channel, Stingray809. I have some awesome videos on there planned, and I have some great things planned for the future on that channel. And I also have some great vlogs on this channel. So please subscribe for many more unboxings, tech videos, and reviews. And I will see you guys later.